GCME proudly presents Ravani Sweet Semolina Cake. Ravani or Revani is a golden yellow dessert made from semolina and eggs. After being baked in the oven, it's drenched with hot lemon syrup. You will find many variations of the dessert around Greece. Ravani is also known in other Mediterranean and Middle East countries. I make my own Ravani variation, which is a thick golden sponge cake with the aromatic scents of lemon, almonds and mastiha. It's an unforgettable experience. Ingredients to serve about 20 persons. Ingredients for the cake: 400 grams, 14 ounces, 2.3 cups fine semolina, 250 grams, 9 ounces butter or margarine at room temperature, 5 medium eggs at room temperature, 200 grams, 7 ounces, 1.25 cups crystal sugar, 180 grams, 6.3 ounces, 1.4 cups all-purpose flour, 16 grams, 0.6 ounces, 1.2 tablespoons vanilla sugar, 100 grams or 3.5 ounces, 0.75 cup almonds finely chopped, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon mastiha essence in powder, not more than that, oil and some breadcrumbs for lining the baking tray. Ingredients for the syrup: 700 grams, 1.5 pounds, 3.1 cups crystal sugar, 720 milliliters, 3 cups water, 1 teaspoon lemon juice, and optional 1 shot brandy. Start by separating the egg yolks from the egg whites, placing the yolks in a separate bowl and the whites directly into the mixer's bowl. Beat the egg whites only, using a strong electric mixer, in high speed for about 5 minutes, or until they form stiff peaks. Tip: take care not to bring the egg whites into contact with water, because that will stop them from rising and from becoming froth. Turn off the mixer. Reserve the beaten frothy egg whites in a separate bowl in the fridge until you add them later into the batter. Prepare the batter. Using the electric mixer, beat the soft batter for a couple of minutes in medium-high speed. Then gradually add the sugar and vanilla sugar. Now add the egg yolks. Continue beating to blend them in. Lower the speed and add the semolina gradually, spoon by spoon, into the batter. Fold in the baking soda and mastiha essence. Word of caution: do not exceed the dose of mastiha. If you do, your cake may become bitter. Gradually add the flour in the batter, mixing just enough to incorporate it. Then turn off the mixer. Now add the beaten egg whites into the batter. Start the mixer again and beat in low speed just enough to blend the egg whites in. You don't want the cake to deflate. Lastly, add the baking powder into the batter. Turn off the mixer. You can also mix the batter a bit with a spatula. Butter with oil or an oil spray a bundt cake tin of 24 cm, 9.5 inches, the bottom and the sides. Dust it with some breadcrumbs. Shake them around to really stick on the oil. Tip: I prefer my Ravani to be really thick. However, if you prefer it thinner, you can actually bake it in a larger rectangle baking tray of 23 by 35 cm, 9 by 13 inches for less baking time. Pour butter into the cake tin. The butter should be thick and not runny. Now level the cake's surface. Then sprinkle the chopped almonds on top. They don't need to have been roasted ahead of time, they would be baked together with the cake. Revani is now ready to be baked in the oven. Place the tin in a preheated oven, both top and bottom heating elements on, at 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake Revani for 45 to 50 minutes. Don't open the oven before 30 minutes of baking, as this will result your cake to deflate. 10 minutes before the cake is baked, prepare the syrup. In a saucepan over medium-high heat, combine the 700 g sugar and 720 ml water. Add the lemon juice. Bring to a boil and constantly stir gently until syrup becomes clear. Let the syrup boil for 5 minutes total, gently stirring it just regularly. Syrup should be medium thick. If you add brandy, pour it in at this point, then turn off the heat. Note: syrup needs to be hot to be poured over hot Revani. After 45 to 50 minutes, the cake should be golden all around and beautifully raised. Test if it's ready. Insert a long toothpick. It should come out clean. If the cake is ready, remove it from the oven and set it on a rack. Immediately, and while cake is still hot, use a knife to help separate it from the tin. Then turn it upside down into another deep, larger cake tin without a hole. Use a kitchen towel to remove the bun tin to avoid burning yourself. Place the deep tin with Revani onto a kitchen surface. Time to pour the syrup. Start to gradually spoon the hot syrup slowly and evenly over the hot cake. This needs to be done in 3 stages. Pour 1/3 of the syrup first on top to wet the cake's surface and sides. Wait for a little while until the syrup is absorbed. Continue with another 1/3 of the syrup by pouring it in all corners, ensuring it goes everywhere. Let the cake stand uncovered for some time to slowly absorb the syrup. Pour the last 1/3 of the syrup on top of the cake. Leave Revani into the pool of syrup. It will slowly and gradually absorb most of it, while a bit will remain to pour over when you serve. Let Revani stand for some time and cool down completely before serving it. Revani can be stored for a few days covered in at room temperature or longer in the fridge. When it has cooled down completely, turn Revani upside down again so that almonds are on top and place it in a nice platter. You could even pour some of the remaining in the tinned syrup at the top just before serving it. Look at that! This is a divinely thick, spongy, rich and golden Revani, and that's how I like it. My whole house smells of the mesmerizing scents of lemon, roasted almonds and mastiha. Wow! Don't forget when you serve Revani to pour a bit of syrup on each piece and around it on the plate. Yum! Tip: if after a few days syrup has sunk to the lower part of the cake, simply pour a bit more on top before serving it. Serving suggestion: the best out of this world combination for the richly moist Revani is to be served with kaimak ice cream or vanilla ice cream. I'm in heaven! Enjoy my divine Revani! Info about semolina. Semolina is the coarse purified wheat middling of durum wheat, mainly used in making pasta and couscous. In Greek kitchens, semolina is widely used to make sweets and desserts like halva and galactoburrico. Semolina is derived from the Italian word semola, meaning bran. This is derived from the ancient Latin semilla, meaning flour, itself a borrowing from Greek semidalis. Greece travel tip. Veria is a city in Macedonia, northern Greece, and one of the oldest Greek cities. There is evidence that it was populated as early as 1000 BC. During the Byzantine Empire, Veria was a center of Greek culture and learning. But Veria is also famous for the best Revani pastry shops. The history of Revani production in the city begins in the years of the Ottoman domination. In 1886, a businessman named Huklurio had a dairy business in Veria, and he took the recipe from a Turkish friend and baked the first Revani in Greece. The pastry shop can still be found today in modern Veria, where their amazing Revani recipe is still kept a secret. Nowadays, you can find Revani or Revani, both names are good, in all different regions of Greece with a variety of recipes, some including yogurt or even coconut flakes. Thanks for watching! Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Greek Cooking Made Easy. Check my website for my recipe in text, also in Greek. Like my Facebook page or follow me on Instagram.